Welcome you all. Today we are going to discuss a subject called Design and Analysis of Algorithm. Myself Sherine, Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering from RMD Engineering College. Today we are going to discuss about the very first and basic topic in this particular subject called algorithm. Let's move on to the discussion. So the very basic thing we have to know before moving on in studying this particular subject, what is an algorithm? So what is algorithm? We would have studied in our first year itself. What is an algorithm? Algorithm is a sequential step. Okay, so algorithm is a finite set of instructions. If followed, we can accomplish a task. To achieve something, sequential steps has been written, that is said to be an algorithm, or procedures to be followed. We can say it in many ways. So that is called algorithm. So here they have given a definition. So algorithm is a sequence of unambiguous instructions for solving a problem. So if I have been given with a problem, so I am writing down what are the steps to solve this solve the problem in unambiguous, without repetition of instructions, unambiguity, that is called as algorithm. So they have given the notion of algorithm diagram. So problem to be solved, it is been written in the form of algorithm. So then algorithm is converted into a computer program. The computer program can be written in any languages. Algorithm is common to all languages. So if the input is given, the output will be generated. So that is all about your algorithm is about. So moving on to what is notion of algorithm. Here we have illustrated some important points. What is the first point is the non-ambiguity requirement for each step of algorithm cannot be compromised. So we cannot repeat the same steps again and again. So it should be non-ambiguous. And the second thing is the range of inputs for which an algorithm works has to be specified. What is the range of inputs? What is the range has to be specified, and then only it will be giving an efficient output or an expected output. The same algorithm can be represented in several different ways depending on the users who have been there. And there may exist several algorithms for solving the same problem. Different people will have different logic or different perspective of approaching the problem and solving it. That is what they are saying. And algorithms for the same problem can be based on different ideas. That is what has been explained in different ways. So what are the characteristics of algorithm? We have input. So zero or more quantities are externally supplied. We have output, at least one quantity could be produced, and definiteness, each instruction is clear and ambiguous. Unambiguous. Finiteness, if the instruction of an algorithm is traced, for all cases of algorithm must terminates after a finite step of finite number of steps. Efficiency, it should run in short time and it should give an expected output. So these are the characteristics of an algorithm. So the number one is input, output, definiteness, finiteness, and efficiency. So let us move on to what are the steps that has been given for writing an algorithm. First one is an algorithm is a procedure. We all know it has just two parts. One is head and body. So the head section consists of a keyword called algorithm and name of the algorithm. So algorithm. So if I am going to write an algorithm for finding out GCD of number, algorithm GCD. If I am going to write an algorithm for merge sort, it is algorithm merge sort. So it's user defined. You can give algorithm, keyword is an algorithm, and name of the algorithm. So you can give any name of your interest for the algorithm. Okay, the head section also has this following. So the problem descriptions can be written, that will be given in command line session, and what is the range of input and what is an expected output. So in the body of an algorithm, various programming constructs like the loops might be some statements, assignments, conditions will be defined in the body of the algorithm, and the compound statements might be included within the curly braces like for the loops, and proper intention should be there for each and every block. And we can also include some comment section by using double slash in the beginning, and the identifier should be given by a letter and not by a digit, and it contains alphanumeric letter after first letter. We need not mention the data types for the identifier. And the next step is the left arrow has been used for assignment. So if I am assigning some values, I can use the left arrow, and the Boolean operators like true, false, logical operators and are can be represented like we have shown described in this point. And the next point is input and output can be done using the read and write operations. So if I am reading some input, so it can be written using read operations. The output can be displayed or stored using an write operations. And the last point is the array if then conditions, branch and loop can also be used inside the algorithms. So it should have a body section and then head section. Head section should contain the algorithm keyword and the user defined name for the algorithm, and the body sections can contain the conditions, assignments, the various loops, condition statements and the procedures to be followed. So this is how we can write the algorithm. So here we have taken an example of finding an GCD of two non-negative numbers. So here we have an Euclid algorithm. So based on applying repeatedly the equality, GCD of m and n can be given as yeah, GCD of n comma m mod n, where m and n is the remainder of the division of m by n until we have to repeat this procedure until m mod n is equal to 0. So when m mod n is equal to 0, the whatever m value I get, that will become the greatest common divisor. Say for example, they have taken an example of GCD of 60 comma 24. So which is as per the formula, it can be written as where m value is 60 and n value is 24. Okay, so according to this Euclid algorithm, it can be rewritten as GCD of n comma, what is my n? 24. So 24 comma m mod n, what is my m? 60. 60 mod 24. 60 mod 24, I can say yes, 24 twos are 48. So 60 mod 24, I will be getting a reminder. Mod operations always give us an answer as a reminder. So it is 60 mod 24, the value will be 12. So I have to repeat the same procedure until I get GCD of m comma 0. Okay, so the m comma 0. So I am repeating again. So GCD of 24 comma 12 can be written as here, this is my n value, 12 is my n value and 24 is my m value. So it can be written as 12 comma 24 mod 12. So 24 mod 12 is 2 12s are 24. So there is no reminder. So it is 0. So now I have reached the condition called GCD of m comma 0. So if the n value becomes 0, what is my GCD value? The m value becomes my GCD value. So 12 is the greatest common divisor. So the Euclid algorithm for computing this has been written in steps. So now we can see the algorithm. So algorithm, I have given a name, Euclid, user defined name. Algorithm is a keyword, Euclid GCD of m comma n. So I have provided some descriptions. What is it is going to do? It is going to compute the GCD of m comma n, and next is input two non-negative integers I am defining, and output is greatest common divisor. So here are this is my head section. So now moving on to my body section. So while n not equal to 0 do, so r has been assigned as m value, r m reminder value, so m mod n. So m mod n, whatever reminder value will be stored in r, and yeah, n value has been assigned to m. So then once r has been founded, so now my r has to be passed over to n. See here, r value is 12, so that r becomes the n value. That is what I am, so repeating the procedure. So while loop I have defined until n not equal to 0. When n equal to 0, the loop exits. So the same procedure will be repeated again and again until n becomes 0. So when n becomes 0, I have to return the value of m. So that is what has been defined over here. So with an example, I hope you understand how we are writing the algorithm. So finally, we have discussed in this particular discussion about what is an algorithm, how to write an algorithm, what are the characteristics of algorithm, and we have seen an example of how we are writing an algorithm. I hope you find it useful. Thank you.